Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today for this live broadcast. It's a tutorial. We just completed Messages of Hope, and now we're moving right into the classroom to learn how we can program crystals, okay? So, crystals come in all kind of various shapes and sizes. Have you ever wondered why that is? A crystal's chemical, for lack of a better word, or mineral composition. A crystal's mineral composition will tell you what it does. All right, like an amethyst will increase spiritual awareness. Citrine will help you to increase financial abundance and joy and all that good stuff in your life. All of that is important information, but a crystal shape it tells you what the personality is and tells you how to use it. This only applies for crystals. It will not apply for moonstone because it's not a crystal. Won't apply for carnelian because it's not a crystal. All right, those are stones. Hi, Darby. Thank you so much for joining me. But crystals have their own personalities. Okay, so we're going to talk about them. But before we get started, I want to show you something. And before we get started, I want to talk about get out my notes so I don't get lost in my conversation. Easy to do. So I want to talk about this gift away I'm doing. Okay, this is the crystal. You can see how clear it is. It's naturally double terminated. On this side, you have the channeling personality. And on this side, you have a trans-channeling personality. So this is what we're going to be gifting away today. And in order to be eligible for this, you actually have to wait for the video to be done. All right? Once it gets posted to the Your Essential Spirit Quest page, excuse me, I had an irresistible itch on my foot, thank you. So once the video gets posted to the Your Essential Spirit Quest page, all you have to do is go and share the event, all right? The crystal programming event, because that way people can see the video. I can see that you shared it. And when you do, I will put your name in for a drawing. All right. And as many shares as you get, that's how many times you go into the drawing. And at 9 o'clock tonight, I'm going to let a random number generator choose the winner. And it's going to be based on how many people have shared the event, the Programming Your Crystals event. So I'll talk more about that as we wrap up this video. And then the gift away eligibility rules will be in the description of the video when I post it. So never fear. Get lost on how to get your hands on this. I will have written instructions for you, because this is really an amazing crystal to win. And I hope that whoever does win it really takes to heart what they can do with it. Channel. We'll talk more about that. So before we get started on the programming bit, I think it would be super irresponsible for me not to mention to you the 4 C's of crystal care. And so I'm going to review it. And I'm going to put this in the body of the video description as well, so that you guys can always have this information. This is information that I've been sharing with people for many, many years, okay? And it's very brief, okay, but very, very crucial. Because crystals, even though they're super pretty to look at and they look great, sitting around your living room and your bedroom and all that good stuff, they're tools, all right? They're teacher healers. They have an essence to them, a life force to them, all right? And you must learn how to respectfully care for them so that you can get the most from them, all right? So that's what this whole 4 C's of crystal care is all about. So we're going to start with that, all right? So the first C stands for choosing. How do you choose a crystal? So first of all, know your source. All right, know your source. When you walk into a metaphysical store or a gem show or something like that, talk to the vendor. Ask them questions. How was this crystal? How did this crystal come to you? How many hands have touched it? How was it mined? Was it mined ethically? Was it taken from, did it come from an estate? That's important to know too, because a lot of crystal collections get broken up and are spread around the world when after somebody dies. You're going to want to know that, okay? It's very important to know where your crystal comes from. So yeah, mining ethically. Don't get them from a vendor who blasts them out of the earth, because they might get one or two of these and in the process kill off like hundreds of beautiful crystals, all right, that are no longer good because they've been all destroyed through this explosion. So be very careful about ethically mined crystals. So you want to, in order to see if a crystal is truly for you, create a force field between your hands. To do that, you just want to rub them together very, 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 very fast. Become very hot. Clap them together. And then bring your hands together very slowly. And you should be able to feel now this ball of energy between your hands. You have activated your hands. You have chakras in your palms. And that's what you've done, is you've activated them, okay? And then run your hand over the top of the crystal. You can have several crystals in a row. And then close your eyes and just run your hand over each one of them and see how it feels to your palm. You can feel an increase of pressure. You can feel a pulsing, a little shock maybe. You can feel hot or cold. Learn to read how your body responds to energy so that you can tell what energy is coming your way just by how it feels, okay? So that's the easiest way to actually select a crystal for yourself. Remember that these beings have existed for eons in complete darkness, all right? So treat them reverently. And then, you know, if you're out there, like I like to go to crystal digs. And so if you're out there digging your own crystal, make sure you're doing it very gently, not with a spade and you're just digging, but take a brush and a little itty bitty shovel and fork and just coax it out of the ground, okay? Only purchase from reputable dealers. Use your intuition or a suggestion from a trusted source. I would be your trusted source. If you are in Oregon or Washington and you want to know who your reputable dealers are, I know them. Let's see. Oh, it says so right here in my notes. I know a few and have listed some on my website, which is not true anymore because I don't have a website. But I'm still a source for you if you're looking for particular crystals. When possible, do not purchase a lab-created crystal, all right? If you're going for citrine, go for a citrine, not an amethyst that was turned into a citrine, all right? Whole different vibration to lab-created crystals. It's like the difference between going to a surgeon who has 25 years of surgery experience and going to a resident who just briefly found out about surgery, all right? Who do you really want to work with for healing? I would go for that expert, and that's going to be the one that is not lab created, who got their wisdom from the earth from over eons and eons and eons, all right? That's who you want to work with. Let's see. And if you're shopping for a particular crystal personality, which I just touched on briefly at the beginning of this tutorial, set your intention to find that personality. Open your heart and your brow chakra. Activate them both, and you have a bridge there between those two chakras. Activate your energy field, like I just showed you. And then run your dominant hand over the crystals, okay? And look for a physical response, just like we spoke about it. Again, do not question your intuition. When you start doubting your intuition, it shuts down. It's like, well, you don't need me anymore. You have to practice working with your intuition. So even if it doesn't make sense, go with it and see what the outcome is. And then you can tell whether or not you can really trust the messages that are coming through for you. All right? So that's basically on how to choose a crystal. All right? Mine ethically, harvest ethically, and use your intuitive sense through your energy field to find the perfect crystal for you from a reputable dealer. We'll move on to the second C of crystal care, and that is clearing. There are 3 options. A good option would be smudging with sage or cedar. Remember that when you banish energy from a crystal, you must then replace that energy. So if you're running this through sage smoke, or cedar, then run it through sweetgrass or Palo Santos afterwards, okay? You just want to pass your crystal through the smoke several times until you feel it's clean. Again, your intuition will let you know. A better cleansing method is singing bowls, chimes, or drumming, and that is because bells and things like that, anything that has a vibration that radiates out from it, okay, through the vibration of sound. Sound dissipates energy quicker than anything. That's why on Chinese New Year, people are getting out their pots and pans and their cymbals, and they're making so much noise. They're chasing that energy out of their house to make room for the new year. The same thing goes with your crystals. When you are using sound to push negative energy out of them or away from them, they're clear. It's just like washing them in salt water, okay? Sound is an amazing method for clearing crystals. You want to place your crystal on a cushion of some sort, a cotton ball, whatever you can find that will cushion it, and play the bowl or chimes or drum over the crystal. You can even rattle. Rattles are the same way. And then just allow the sound waves to just carry away any negative energy. It's applicable for anything you want to clear that you can't put in water. And there's a lot of crystals that you can't put in water. Selenite, number 1, don't put that in water. But your best option for clearing your crystal is with a sea salt bath. A sea salt bath. Make sure it's sea salt. Not Morton's table salt, that's just all chemicals, okay? You really want that sea salt energy, okay? If you're lucky enough to live at the coast, like I did for a couple of years, you can literally take your crystals down and wash them right there in the ocean. Boom. It's a beautiful thing, okay? It works just great. If you don't live near an ocean, make yourself a saltwater bath. Sea salt tends to be, especially if it's coarsely ground, it tends to take a little bit to dissolve in water, okay? So what I like to do is to get my bowl and put some sea salt on the bottom of it and then pour boiling hot water on it. Let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes. You're going to want that water to cool down before you put your crystals in it because you don't want to shatter your crystals, okay? So after you have made your salty bath water and the salt is all dissolved, you can go ahead and soak your crystals in it for 5-10 minutes. It doesn't need longer than that. Make sure that the crystal is completely submerged. And when you take the crystal out, just run it under some clear water just to get all that salty water off of it. And then put it on a white paper towel or a piece of cotton or something like that, and just let it dry or dry it yourself, okay? Now that salty water that you used needs to be gotten rid of. It needs to get out of your house. Do not water your plants with it. Do not just toss it out into your yard or anything like that. if you live somewhere where they have a sewage system or a septic tank, you want that to go down the toilet or down a sink. Make sure if you flush it down, if you put it into a toilet, that you flush it and then pour it so that it's immediately taken out of the house. If you're pouring it down a sink, make sure that you're running the tap water first so that it just immediately takes it out of the house and doesn't sit in your pee trap or something. All right, it's that important. You cannot clear something and then keep that negativity in your house. It needs to vacate. Okay, it needs to go bye-bye. So that's how you can clear. That's the best method. You could also clear your crystals by placing them on top of a large crystal cluster. Those crystals that are coming out of the cluster will cradle it and clear it, okay? You can wave a wand over it. You can use your intention. I mean, come on. That is like a really effective, especially in a pinch where you want to work with this crystal or at least explore it a little bit, but you're not sure about any energy on it. Clear it with the vibration of your heart. Just hold it for a second, ground yourself, surround yourself with protection, and then just place it onto your heart space and let your intention and the vibration from your heart chase all the negativity away. All right, I hope that was helpful. Anytime, if you have questions, just pop in with them. I'm here for you. So that's that. Now the third C to crystal care is the charging of the crystal. This is different from programming. With programming, you are telling the crystal what it's going to do. With charging, you are empowering the crystal to do its work. All right, so let's talk about charging for a minute. First of all, don't charge your crystal until you are prepared to work with it. Or if you are charging it with the power of the full moon, after it's charged, wrap it up and put it away until it's needed, okay? So there's that. You can place it directly in full moon light. Solstices and equinoxes are especially powerful moon times for charging crystals. You can take the crystal to a park, a beach, a forest, or even in your backyard, somewhere that feels good and has soft ground. And then using your dominant hand, for instance, if you're right-handed, that's your dominant hand. You can gently but firmly, okay, strike it against the earth as if you were transferring the earth energy into the crystal. So say, I'm trying to do this so you can see. So say like this is the earth, all right? Take the base of your crystal, not the pointy part, but the base of your crystal, and just softly impact it. And every time you do, imagine that the vibrations of the earth are coming up into your crystal, okay? That's called impact charging. Let's see, never strike the tip on the ground, only the base. And only use that as a last resort to other methods that we are going to talk about. You can also place your crystal within a circle of other crystals, much like the accompanying photograph to this video. I was charging a large crystal there, and what I did was I put it in the center of other crystals, and all of them were pointing towards my major crystal, okay? So those crystals, by the way, were already charged. They're like little battery packs like you would use to charge your cell phone when you're on the road, okay? It's a portable battery. And so what I did was I just put all of those portable batteries around the main crystal that I wanted to charge, and I used it to charge the main one. Let's see, you can also charge your crystal with your intention, again, holding it in your dominant hand and focusing your intention on it while projecting energy into it. Now, I want to caution you here not to use your own energy, all right? Bring up that life force energy from the earth, all right? Channel it. Channel it up your legs, through your heart space, down your arm, and into the hand that's holding that crystal. And then charge it that way. Any questions on that? Again, all of these are going to be in the description of the video. So we're down to the last C of the 4 C's of crystal care, and this is for caring for your crystal. Yes, you are the caretaker. You're not just the possessor of. You are the caretaker of. It's like taking care of your dog or your cat, okay? You wouldn't just get it and then sit it in your bedroom and forget about it, all right? You got to feed it, water it, love on it. Yeah, same thing with crystals, okay? So treat your crystal very gently, all right? They are fragile beings and can be chipped easily. I always wrap mine in cotton when I'm not using them. Just go to any fabric store and pick out some soft flannel or some other kind of cotton, pure cotton material, and cut it up in squares and strips and wrap your crystals in it. You want to clear your crystal after every use, okay? So if you're using it for healing work, if you're using it for divination, if you're using it for manifestation, every time you're done with it, clear it. Clear it. Not from necessarily the negativity, but from the energy that you were just working with, okay? You want to clear it, all right? It helps the crystal rest. It's not constantly working. There are some crystals in my house that are constantly working. Most of them are spheres, okay? And I clear and charge those on a regular basis, but they're always out and they're always working. But some are not, especially if I'm doing healing work with a client. When I'm done with that client, I clear and wrap it up, put it away. And then when I'm ready for the next client, I take it out, I charge it, and go to work. So, healing crystals and those which are only for your personal use should not be touched by other people. If you're using it for healing work or meditation or divination or anything that is just for you, don't let other people touch it. You know, keep those in a little wooden box or a bag or something that's tucked away and it's just for you. When you attune a crystal, which is the same thing as programming, all right, it's going to be connected to your unique vibration. That vibration is there until you've cleared it again, all right? When other people touch it, their energy is going to influence the crystal's effectiveness, because it's going to be like, wait, who am I responding to here? Is it Mary Jo over here, or is it you? Who am I responding to? This is not superstition. I put that in my notes because I want you to understand that that's not superstition. It's how energy works, okay? It's how energy works. You can't give it mixed messages, and it responds to vibration. And so if your vibration is on it and another person's vibration on it, it won't know what to do. So let's see here. If somebody does touch it, clear it again before you charge it again and try to use it. I put down here to prevent interference, try to have an off-limit space in your home that's just for you, all right? Mine is in my bedroom. It's out of line of sight of anybody who I have in my home, all right? I don't have a partner. I don't have children, but if I did, they would understand this is my space. You don't touch anything here, all right? And that's where I keep my stuff. Let's see, charge your crystal just prior to using. I did say here that if you have household crystals you leave out all the time, you're going to want to clear and charge them often. Protect your healing crystals when not in use. Wrap them in cotton or any natural fiber. Could be wool, could be anything. Put them away. Silk is also good for storing crystals. All right. I have a word of caution here on this, and I'm just going to read the whole thing to you, and then let me know if I need to go further into depth about the crystal. I do not recommend putting crystals in direct sunlight, okay? Direct sunlight can, heat up any droplets of water that is trapped in that crystal, even microscopic drops of water, and it can expand them and shatter your crystal. Ugh, heartbreaking. It's never happened to me, not good, but I've seen it happen to other people. Do not put your crystals in direct sunlight, especially if they're citrine, amethyst, or smoky, because they will fade. I don't know why. That sunlight is so powerful in those crystals, it'll just take the color right out of them, okay? And it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with the crystal, it was fake or colorized or anything like that. That's just how powerful that sunlight is on it. So over time, it will make your colored crystals fade. So keep that crystal out of direct sunlight. It doesn't need it. It does not need it. Do not think that you are charging your crystals with direct sunlight. If you use the power of the full moon, you're still getting sunlight, but it's buffered. It's made softer when it bounces off of that moon and onto the crystal. It's now a softer energy, just as powerful, but it comes at it softer, okay? And it makes it safe to charge with the full moon. You won't hurt it. So yeah, there's no sunscreens for crystals, so please keep them out of the sun. You can't rub zinc over them and think that's going to do it. That's for us, all right? Crystals have no sunscreen. You cannot protect them from sun. You have to prevent them from being in the sun. So I hope that was clear and helpful information. And now we're going to move on to how to program your crystal. Just a second. Getting my notes all. Here we go. Got them together now. Before I get started, let me take a sip of tea. All right. We are going to start with a channeling crystal. We're going to program this channeling crystal. Channeling crystal, I have got bigger ones of these, okay? But they come in all kind of different sizes. I'm sticking with smaller versions of all the crystals I have because it's easier for me to manipulate them for the process or the purposes of this video. This channeling crystal is all about your sixth chakra, your brow chakra, your third eye, all right? So you can recognize a channeling crystal by its large face having 7 facets on it. And then right behind that large face is going to be a triangle. You can put either one of these to your third eye, either side, either the large 7-faceted face or the triangle, depending upon how much information your psyche can withstand at one time. If you're using this little triangle here and you start getting headaches or lightheaded or something like that, switch it around so that the broad face is against you, all right? Because much like how water moves through a canyon, at the wide end of the canyon, kind of, but when it gets to the narrow end of the canyon, it's got a lot of energy behind it. That's how channeling crystals work. The triangle end of it, oh, that's powerful, fast-moving energy and information, okay? So just turn it around and use the wider end of it, and that will make things a lot better. You are going to first, and this applies for all programming of crystals, you are going to first ground yourself. You are going to surround yourself with protection, whether it be a circle of angels, a wall of violet light, your golden pyramid, however you surround yourself with protection, You're going to want to do that before you program your crystals, because you do not want any outside influences, and you do not want to use your own physical energy. You want to channel that earth energy. So when you're grounding yourself, not only are you stabilizing yourself so that you're grounded, but you're also going to be channeling that earth energy up your Dantian cord, and that's the energy that you use for programming, okay? Programming, not charging. This crystal should already be cleared and charged before you program it, all right? That's so important. So you take it out of its cotton wrapping, and you are setting your intention that this is going to deliver channeled messages from higher entities. So you grounded yourself, you surrounded yourself with protection, you're holding this crystal in your dominant hand, you're pulling up this earth energy, and you begin to talk to it. I want to receive messages from higher entities. And put it underneath your back. And then release any expectations, desire. Allow those higher entities to come forth. The universe knows what you need. You may feel as if you're not receiving anything, but in a month or so, all of the sudden, you're going to answer. You're going to be like, where in the hell did I get that? It's because you channeled it. It's because it's now in your library of wisdom, and hopefully even incorporate or integrated into your being as a permanent message, so that it's always there for you. You can channel information on other people. You can channel information on how to resolve a problem. You can channel information on next steps to take in any project you're working on. You can channel divination on what happened in the past, what's happening in the present, what's going to happen in the future. Channeling crystals, I tell my clients this every time, are your best teacher healers, because it's like having the entire library of knowledge at your disposal. Everything that you could possibly want. Programming this requires a connection between your sixth chakra and your heart chakra. Sixth chakra and your heart chakra. In a meditative state, you just want to be bringing up that earth energy into that heart chakra and down your arm and into your hand, and connecting it to your brow chakra. I want to receive messages from higher entities. There you go. You can also do this, make this programming happen by putting, oh God, if you don't have one of these, man, go to a gem show of some sort and look for the vendors that have them. I call them plates because I don't know, or dishes, I don't know what else to call them. But they're little beds of, they're flat like a dish, okay? And they're a little bed on matrix of these little crystals. Little bitty laser crystals, or, crystals, just bunches of them coming up out of this matrix, okay? You can lay your crystal on that and wand it with your nano wand or whatever wand you use. You can even use this as a wand. You can wand it on that plate with the intention of channeling from higher dimensions, okay? Again, that energy is going to be coming up through the earth, through your heart chakra, down your arm, your hand, and into your wand, and which is just really an extension of your index finger. And you're going to be that. That's another way of programming. You can program any crystal that way. But I like to use the energy from my chakras to program crystals because it's a vibration, okay? It's a personal vibration. I'm channeling up through the earth and through my heart chakra, which knows everything. It's the most intuitive piece of hardware in my body, for lack of a better word. Your heart is more intuitive than your brow chakra. So when you combine them both, girl, you can program a crystal, okay? So that's how you do the channeler. Moving on to the generator. Generator crystals. These crystals do awesome with impact charging. Remember I was telling you about impact charging on the earth, in the forest or beach or something? Impact charging is amazing for generators. Generators are identified by all 6 points. Let me lift it up so you can see it. All 6 points terminating perfectly in the center of the crystal. Okay, all 6 points. Even if a crystal is machined to be a generator crystal, it's still effective as a generator. It's not, I wouldn't say it's lab created, okay? It's not lab created. And I cannot say that the same is true for other crystals. So I don't even know if it's possible, but if you got a chunk of crystal and tried to make a channeling crystal out of it, I don't think that will be successful. But a generator is, because it has more to do with the actual termination of the point coming up from the base of the crystal that makes it a generator, okay? So generator crystals, being that they are a power pack of energy to generate your intention, okay, or to generate some energy. So for instance, in the money corner of my bagua, my feng shui bagua, I have a bowl of money, all right? And I got a generator crystal sitting on it. And yes, I did program it. I sure did. I programmed it connecting my third chakra of personal will, okay? Highly vibrating energy in that chakra, with my heart chakra, which is also an intuitive, everything comes from love kind of energy. So in my meditative state, I connect those two chakras. They're right next to each other, so it ain't that hard, all right? And again, using that earth energy that I'm pulling up, I am programming this. I put the generator crystal on my third chakra. I kind of roll it back and forth, and I think that's habit more than anything else, but I am a believer in movement. So I just roll it back and forth on that third chakra with my dominant hand that is channeling that earth energy through my heart, down my arm, out my palm, and now it's between the crystals between my third chakra and my heart chakra energy. And I am just filling it with the intention that it will generate whatever I want. You can program this generator to generate wealth, happiness, health, anything you want, all right? Generators. Any questions so far? All right. We're moving on to a crystal personality you might not have heard of before, because I'm the first one that wrote about it, not to toot my own horn. And if you find that somebody else has published something before today, I talked about this like last year. So if you find that somebody else is talking about this, I want to know about it. Put it in the comments, okay? But for now, we're just going to go with what I know. I call this the Muse, all right? The 5 Muses crystal. It is recognizable because first of all, it has faces. It should have 3 faces. Each of those faces has 5 facets around it. Between each face is nothing. They just join up with each other. Each 5 facets all around the crystal connect to each other. You can also use this as a generator, okay? But it's the 5 muses, okay? And this is to increase your creativity, not just your ability to manifest, but your ability to be inspired, to be inspirited by. And that's how our creativity is enhanced. Do not confuse creativity with manifestation. Creativity comes first. Manifestation is the end result, okay? We are in, yes, the 5 muses. I sure am, Darby. I sure am, the 5 muses, okay? So the 5 muses, okay, come to you via this crystal to inspire your creation, to inspire your creation. Look at your crystals. Find out if you have one that has 3 faces on it, and each face has 5 sides to it. You have a 5 muses crystal, all right? Those 5 muses comes down and connects with your soul self. I'm not even going to say your spirit, but with your soul self, and delivers inspired creativity. You will find that all of a sudden you have answers to your problems. You know exactly how to take care of this. Your creativity, if you're feeling artistic, even if you're not feeling artistic, your artistic creativity will just explode, okay? And that's what you need, whether it's baking, sewing, beading, sculpting, painting, it doesn't matter, right? Anytime you are in the flow of creativity, you are enhancing the creativity of your entire life. That's the benefit of having some kind of an artistic endeavor or outlet, okay? It stirs up that creativity thing. And this creativity can be greatly enhanced by the 5 muses, all right? This is crown chakra. Even though it's all about creativity and you would think that it would be in the 2nd chakra, it's actually crown chakra information because it's coming through your soul star chakra up here. Yes. Gosh, not very good. So there's 5. There's one of the faces that has 5 sides to it. There's another one that's got 5 sides to it. Let's see if I can do this without dropping it. And here's the 3rd face with 5 sides to it. I have several of these. I researched extensively about them. I cannot even Love is in the Earth by Melanie doesn't mention them. Judy Hall doesn't mention them. Nobody's mentioning these. And I worked with it for like 3 years. I was still the administrator of Wise Women Pathways when I first started working with the 5 muses. And since then, I still haven't heard of anybody talking about this crystal personality. And the first one that's been bringing it up to my knowledge. If you find different, please let me know. But I'm calling this crystal personality the 5 muses. And if you have such a crystal in your possession, please start working with it so that you can let me know if it has indeed enhanced your creativity, has inspired a deeper awareness of your ability to problem solve, that's what it's all about. It's about creating solutions for your problems through the creative process. All right. 5 muses. How you want to program this again. This crystal has been cleared. It has been charged. It's ready to go to work. Okay. And you're going to surround yourself with protection, and you're going to connect in a meditative space. You're going to connect your crown chakra all the way down to your second chakra, where joyful creations happen. All right. And when you do that, you want to place this. You think it would go down here, but no. You're going to place this on your crown chakra. And you're just going to hold it there. And you're going to envision that the portals are opening to the library, the unlimited library of information, and allow those 5 muses to come down into your crystal. Welcome them. Welcome them. I inspired. I welcome your inspiration. I ask for your inspiration. I welcome the 5 muses in my life. Your breath, your words that have, when you speak, I don't know if you know this from science, but when you speak, your breath and your voice creates waves of vibration. You're putting that in there. You're speaking to them, okay? You're asking them to come and help you, and you're welcoming them. 5 muses. 5 muses. Coming down through your soul star chakra into your belly. Now, this crystal can also be placed on a bed of crystals and activated that way and programmed and attuned to you that way. Y.E.S, the 5 muses. Let me know if you want one of those too, Darby. I'll drag one out for you. So that is basically how, and this goes for any crystal personality, okay? Any crystal personality. Let's go back to what I was saying at the beginning of this video. The mineral composition of every crystal will tell you what it will do. The crystal personality tells you how to do it, okay? So look at your crystals, see if you can identify a channeling crystal, a generator, or a 5 muses crystal, and program them, clear them, charge them, program them, and work with them, because that's what they're here for. Crystals, as beautiful as they are to look at, they're here to work, all right? They're here to help us, to raise our consciousness, to move us along in our own spiritual evolution, all right? They take time, they take patience, they take practice, as does anything: meditation, spell work, divination, dream work, all of it. Takes time, practice, and a dedicated awareness of them, all right? So that's what I need to say about the crystals that we can see with our eyes. Let's talk about the crystals that we can only see via our inner vision, our pineal gland, okay? So let's first of all talk about where that pineal gland is. If you were to go from the top of your ears straight through the center of your head, and from your brow chakra to the center of your head, where those 3 lines meet, that's your pineal gland, all right? It's also called the seat of God, all right? That's your God gland. Things that will diminish your God gland are, at the top of the list, fluoride. If you're using fluoride toothpaste, ditch it. If there's fluoride in water, filter it. Get rid of the fluoride in your life, all right? Because it will calcify your pineal gland, shutting down that gateway to God, all right? So get rid of all that. Clear your pineal gland. I'll put a couple of frequency links to some YouTube videos that will have frequencies that will help you to clear your pineal gland as well. But first of all, let's get rid of the fluoride in your life, okay? So in your pineal gland, in your third eye, they call it a third eye because it literally has rods and cones just like your two eyeballs do. We are able to see because we have rods and cones that turn on and off, all right? The same goes for our third eye. It's called a third eye because it's an eye, but it's inside our brain. And it also sees, but it sees an inner vision. And it also has crystals. It has crystals. Your brain has crystals, all right? So if they're using crystals in computers to transmit and receive energy, what do you think is going on in your pineal gland with those crystals up there? They are transmitting and receiving messages as well. For real. I am not making this up. This is not some metaphysical woo-woo mumbo jumbo. Go Google it. You've got crystals in your brain, crystals in your pineal gland, so that you can transmit and receive. All right? And it's happening all the time. But because you are not aware of the messages that you're receiving, you disregard them. All right? This is where meditation comes in handy. Because in meditation, you are viewing things with your inner vision. And what you are viewing with your inner vision, you are also transmitting. You're transmitting it to the universe, who will respond to it and send you messages in kind. You want a brand new car? Picture that brand new car. I mean, not from a place of scarcity or lack or worry or freaking out about it, but just from a place of trust and openness and willing to receive. Picture that brand new car. Ask for it fervently with passion. Just ask for it. And you'll soon receive messages on how you're going to get it. Which dealer is going to give you the best deal? Which bank is going to finance it? Who's going to take you down there to pick it up? All of that will just come to you with crystal clarity. All right? So that is how to use and program the crystals in your own head, is through meditation. Through meditation. Oh, honey, state what again? I'm so sorry. I've been chit-chatting and not looking at your comments. State again, every crystal. I don't know what I said. But usually when I talk to you guys, I'm in spirit. So sorry about that. Sorry about that. Darby is not coming to me. Anyways, fast forward to, I don't even know what minute we're on. Oh, we're on 53. So fast forward to like 52 minutes into the video, and then you can see what I said, hopefully. But anywho's, that's how you program crystals, you guys. You do it from a place where you're not using your own personal energy, but you are bringing up earth energy or bringing down cosmic energy. Let it pool in your heart space where everything is made possible. That's your sacred cauldron. And then let that energy transform down your head, down your arm into your hand. Place your crystal on the appropriate chakra that you're going to be working with, and intend it. Bring it forth into that crystal. whisper its job to it. Use other crystals to help it along. Programming crystals is not that hard because you're using the strongest computer in the world in your brain, okay? You're using this to program your crystals. And that's all done with intention and vibration. All right? Oh, every crystal, thank you. Every crystal has a personality. Every crystal has a person. There's not a crystal on the face of the earth that doesn't have a personality. Even spheres have a personality. They don't have to be pointed, okay? But every crystal has a personality that will teach you how to use it. This particular one that I am holding has 3 personalities in it that I can see right away. It's a channeling crystal, it's a right-sided activator crystal, and it's got a keyhole, so it's a keyhole personality. So yeah, most crystals are multi-personalities, okay? You can choose which personality to work with. So say, for instance, I didn't want to channel with this crystal. I instead wanted to look at this keyhole to unlock possibilities. That way I would program this crystal to work as a keyhole, not a channeler. That's the power of programming. You can change what it does, okay? The 5 muses, you can program the 5 muses to act as a channeler because all of the sides come up to a perfect point in the center of the crystal, okay? So you can use this as a channeler. Excuse me, not channeler, generator. You just have to program it with your computer, with the crystals, with the crystals that are in your brain. You're receiving and transmitting crystals that are in your pituitary gland. Get rid of fluoride in your life, so it will work for you. Did that answer the question, Darby? I think that's where we were going with that. So Darby, since you're the only one that's here live, do you want to do a little crystal meditation specifically for your pineal gland? Do you want to go up there and clear it and activate it? Let me know. Oh, I bet that answered the question. Okay. Yay, I'm so glad that you found it helpful. Oh, my life is complete. I love teaching. I especially love teaching about crystals. And when I do a crystal personality class, I teach about 26 different personalities that crystals present to us. So hopefully I can teach that class one of these days. Okay, Darby, we're going to get started then, okay? Hang on a second. I do have the music for this one. Hang on. So Darby, I'm going to ask that you just sit back in your chair, and as we did in that last meditation and messages of hope, I just want you to just set aside the day and just follow your breath, the rising and the falling of your breath, how relaxing and effortless it is. Don't have to work hard for it. And just notice how the breath moves your body, very soft rhythm, allowing you to go deeper and deeper into a relaxed state. And as you allow your awareness and your body, your emotions to just all ease into one, inhale your breath. exhale any negativity. And allow your awareness to go to the center of your head, where your mind lives, just beyond your third eye, in the center of your brain, is your pineal gland, shaped like a pineapple, somewhat small, but takes up all of your awareness. Using your breath, as you inhale, imagine the breath is going straight to that pineal gland, straight to the seat of God. See it opening the door, and inside see all of these crystals, these high vibrating crystals right there in your pineal gland, transmitting your thoughts, receiving inspiration effortlessly and without your consciousness. It's just operating like a computer. Take another deep breath and imagine that this one is blowing over those crystals, clearing them. And as you exhale, exhale out any toxicities, densities, unwanted thoughts. Exhale it out of your pineal gland. Inhale, let the breath wash through those crystals. Exhale out all the toxicity, all the unwanted thoughts, anything that is hampering your ability to transmit and receive beautiful, life-affirming messages. Keep this practice up of inhaling and exhaling through your pineal gland until you see that those crystals are vibrating with the pure energy of your God self. And when you feel complete, close the door of your pineal gland and exit your mind back to your heart space, where you are the wisest of the wise. And allow yourself to return to this time and space. So just like in Messages of Hope, I suggested that cut cords every Sunday or as often as you can. I would say the same for clearing and activating your pineal gland, of really making sure that all channels are open especially when it comes to programming any crystals that you want to work with in the physical world. Realize that they are just an extension of the crystals that are in your mind. All right, you've attuned this crystal to those crystals, all right, through the power of your heart chakra, which is the energy that you're vibrating with. That's how you program. Yay! I'm so glad you liked this, Darby. I'm so glad you liked it. Feel free to share this video with anybody else that struggles with connecting to their higher self, because that higher self is always connected to Goddess, always, 24/7, from the time we breathe our first breath to the time we release our last breath. That is all, our soul is always connected, all right? And we access it through the pineal gland, through those crystals in our pineal gland. So those crystals need to be clear and activated in order for us to program or tune to other crystals who are working for us in the physical world. All right, that's the importance of that. So, yes, I did try to jam pack it. We went over our hour a little bit. I hope you don't mind, but I wanted it to really be as much information as you would need in order to continue exploring the experience on your own. That's what a teacher does. She opens the door. All right, you need to step through, not you necessarily, Darby, but to anybody who's listening to this video later, you need to step through that door and learn the rest for yourself through experience. You've got to experience it, because your experience is going to be profound to you, okay? And it's going to mean something to you. My experiences mean something to me, all right? So my experiences are not going to be your teacher. Well, some of them are, but only enough for you to open the door and go through yourself. Yes, good. Well, I'm so very, very glad that you guys took the time to join me here today. I hope that everybody who listens to this, even at a later date, gets something from it and can really start increasing their own crystal awareness and experiences, because I'm telling you, crystals are where it's at. All right, so they are as much medicine as herbs are. All right, so I just want to put that out there. And I'm going to be saying goodbye. Darby, one last holler out to you. Do you have any questions for me or anything else you'd like to add before we close down this session? Remember, this is the crystal that's up for grabs. It's a channeler on one side, a trans channeler on the other. Trans channelers act just like the crystals in your pituitary, or excuse me, in your pineal gland. Trans channelers transmits and receives. Okay, so it will help you to receive messages better and to transmit messages better. Blessed be to you too, my dear. Okay, well, I'm signing off. Make your day a great one, you guys. I love you. I am here for you if you have any questions. And of course, I'd love to hear your comments. If you don't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'm here every Sunday morning. Plus, I also offer special little tutorials, and you're not going to want to miss that. It's great hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much for this time together. I love you. See you soon.